that they're hot. They need to send a message today to this post team to avenge that loss.
An 81-72 victory for the Eagles up in Waterbury, who have beaten the Chargers in 2 straight games. Your officials today, Raymond Downs, Thomas McDermott, and Douglas Abrahamian, as we get ready for the opening tip-off. Stanley Niekwe for post, Tyler Edor for Dominican. It is up, won by the Chargers, and we are underway. DU in the home whites with red accents, red numbers and letters outlined in black trim. It's Isaiah Honas on the dribble handoff near side for Dillard. Left wing 3, bounce out. And a battle on the boards. Coy Kirk Jr. with early second chance points. He was relentless on those second chance opportunities last time out in the win against Georgian Court.
Yeah, and that category in terms of rebounding is open for this team. Both teams come in averaging 35 rebounds per game. Whichever team can win the rebound game, this game has a great chance of winning.
The Eagles not as big as they've been in the past height-wise, as Niekwe is whistled for the travel underneath. He's their tallest starter at 6'6", but much more of a true forward than Edor is as a center, as the Eagles set up pressure. And the inbounds kept alive by Kirk. He'll go straight to the rim. Euroing through, can't hit the tough layup. Eagles in the bright orange tops and bottoms, magenta piping, magenta numbers and letters with a white trim. Taquan Williams pivoting off the block. Finds Zion Lott, left elbow pull-up, not there. Offensive rebound for Niekwe. They quickly work into Derrick Thomas II. Will back down Honas, his fall away, bounces out. And the rebound pinballs for Tyler Edor. Chargers go with the aforementioned Edor, Reggie Dillard, Isaiah Honas, Coy Kirk Jr., and Javel Cherry in their starting 5. Dillard into the paint, tough shot, banked it off the side of the rim and out. And it's Williams on the grab and go. He's the feature piece of this team. 15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists tonight for the junior out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Thomas under the rim with Edor on his backside. He draws the foul. Derrick Thomas II, Taquan Williams on this starting unit, along with Trey Duncan, Zion Lott, and Stanley Niekwe. Two for Thomas II, who's playing in his 109th career game, and a miss to begin at the line for a 79% shooter. Second of 2 is good. Post is on the board, 1:40 in. Two teams predicated on athleticism. They will apply that full court pressure. Honas parting the seas, rising with the left hand, can't finish the dunk. Went for the early statement piece. In transition, it's Duncan. Lost his footing in the corner, resets Thomas, left wing 3, nothing but net. Chargers quick on the press break. Honas in the corner, lets it fly, and barely grazed front iron. Thomas spinning into the paint on Cherry, elevates and misses off front rim. Rebound tap back to him. It's Duncan swinging for Williams, and the handoff for Zion Lott. Draws the blitz up top, rotates out. Williams for 3, nylon.
Team is coming out pretty hot, this post team, but I do think the tempo right now does favor the Chargers, although they have not been able to convert on the offensive end. Fast-paced tempo game is more in style and rhythm with the Chargers. However, this post team is more disciplined in running their offense and executing. Let's see how long this style of play can sustain for both teams.
A couple of second chance opportunities that led to open threes for a team that's nearly 34% on the year. Mark Kuntz makes the first substitution of the game, and it's an easy fast break flush. Coy Kirk Jr. on the press break. They had the Hail Mary to Edor, who found the trailer, and then it was easy for Kirk beyond that. It's Dang a Cook into the game that replaced Niekwe. Williams trying to get shifty. They swing it into the far corner to the Eagles. Lott trying to spin on Kirk. Second effort. Lott, fall away baseline, bounced out, and the rebound knocked out of play by a Cook. First year with the program for Danga Cook, the 6'7" forward from Manchester, New Hampshire. Spent 2 seasons at Oklahoma Western State Junior College, where he averaged 9.7 boards a year a game over his career. Harry Scully will join him out there now as well, the freshman from Ireland. Thomas thought about another Hail Mary. Instead goes the short way to Kirk Jr. Much better pressure that time out of post. Up ahead for Cherry. 3-ball corner pocket. DU hit 1-3 last game.
Last game they shot 15% against Georgian Court. That's the right person to start this shot rhythm for the Chargers is JaVale Cherry. Someone who we know is a sharpshooter that can knock down shots. Hopefully the rest of the team are contagious and it carries on for the rest of the game.
He wants it back. Finds Edor down low. And a foul on the floor against Trey Duncan. For Cherry, that was his 35th make of the season. He's a 34% three-point shooter. This is a DU team that's found a way to win with a lack of three-point shooting. They made just 1 triple in the 11-point win against GCU last time out. They've got that triple out of the way early and hoping for a bigger tally. Backdoor, Honus goes up strong and finishes over the front rim. 9-7 Chargers in front, 4 minutes in, and DU with a little pressure of their own. Not as intense with the trap as we've seen from post, but trying to slow this Eagle offense. Scully, the freshman, defended by Dillard, gets it away, straight away for a Cook. Looking for Williams off ball, nowhere to go. He's forced to hand it to Thomas the second. Jabs left, crosses right, gets it back to Scully. The Irishman around the screen, little push off left elbow, fall away, bounces out. Edor trying to save it underneath. It's Thomas who does. Second life, Thomas into Edor, and he shuffled the feet.
Now the Chargers just had 2 basic turnovers right there. Gratefully that this team did not convert, but the last time the Chargers faced this post team, they had 17 turnovers. If they want to win this game, they have to bring that turnover volume down number to 12.
Just too many giveaways. They did a nice job last time out with 11 turnovers against Georgian Court. Cape Holden into the game, as is Brody Limerick. Edor posting up, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Got that elbow, that chicken wing a little bit high into the neck of Limerick. And it's going to be the second on Edor, and he'll have to go to the bench early. He'll be replaced by a guy who's playing his best basketball of the season in Dimitri Alston, the Monroe College transfer. He's coming off 7-5 in the win against Georgian Court at 24 points the game prior. He has really found his rhythm down the stretch.
Yeah, the last few games you have seen Dimitri feeling a lot more comfortable within the offense of the Chargers. Let's see if his performance on those last 2 games could carry over till tonight.
Post has to burn a timeout against the pressure of DU. Not one that Mark Kuntz wanted to use early on. Looks like Chance Morris will join DU on the floor when we come back. Chargers 7, up 9-7 over the Eagles here on the CACC Network. It's been a quick-paced first 5 minutes of action as the Chargers lead the Eagles 9-7. We welcome you back to Coach Baxter Court alongside Matt Augustin. I'm Jacob Kronberg, and the pressure giving problems once again. Narrowly getting it in for Derrick Thomas Jr., and the forward will work it up the floor against Isaiah Honus. Matchup we've seen in years past. Two athletic wings. It's a parking lot. Three for Holden off the side of the rim. Thomas saves it, and Post keeps the volley alive. Taquan Williams kicks into the corner. Thomas the second for three. Knocks it down. Third triple for the Eagles. It's the second time that a hustle play out of Derrick Thomas has kept a possession alive. Cherry posting up on Holden. Zay's going to draw the switch, pull up on Holden. Can't hit the jumper. And the rebound for Thomas the second. 13 points, 6.5 boards a game. He walks into a three and hits the treetop wire. Dead ball. Zion Lott, Stanley Niekwe back in. Thomas and Williams get their first breather. Honus, Cherry, and Kirk, three starters still on the floor for DU, joined by Moorish and Alston. Baseball pass for Cherry. He rotates out to Chance. Back to Cherry with Holden on him. JaVale's going to drive into the teeth of the defense. Can't hit the contested layup. And the rebound is tipped up and back for Niekwe. Pass into the corner, and Holden had his heels out of play. Chargers went without Chance Moorish last time out. Got banged up 2 games ago. Good to see the now veteran guard back in the lineup. He's commanded the point a lot this season for DU. Alston on the block, working on Limerick. Kick out back for Cherry for three, missed short. And the Niekwe's got another board. Pass deflected into the corner. Limerick for three. It's too strong. Cherry will high point the miss. Honus wants it up ahead. Honus has a lane, rim running, and ripping it down, Zay Honus. But you got to credit Alston there for sealing off his man, creating that lane.
And not also Alston, but Chance Morris. You could see the value that he brings to this team as soon as he caught that ball, head up, looking out early offense, getting that ball to Honus in transition.
Knowing where your teammates like the ball and find those successful scoring opportunities. Limerick skip out, Holden, they kick into the corner, Lott for three, and another triple for the Post Eagles. They've made 4 already. Kirk down the lane, hammered on the way up. Post is 4 of 7 from distance. And the 4th best three-point shooting team in the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference at 33.5%. As Lott picked up his first, team second. It's Coy Kirk Jr. at the line with Eli Peters and Bam Maynard waiting to check in at the scorer's table. Kirk knocks down the first. Coy coming off a double-double performance, 11 points, 13 rebounds. He added 2 steals and 2 blocks in the win against the Lions. He has been the most consistent piece of DU this entire season when we've seen ups and downs from guys like Zay Honus and Chance Moorish and Tyler Edor. Kirk has been giving you that 14-7 night in, night out.
I mean, Kirk is someone that kind of just plays with his emotions on his sleeve, someone that plays with nothing but effort, heart, and intensity.
A guy who's going to create for himself with those offensive rebounds and those tip balls as he knocks down both free throws, Maynard and Peters in. So as good as Kirk's been, it's Eli Peters who's the team's leading scorer. 14.2 a game. He had 14 points last time out. Looking for the lob. It went off the underside of the rim. Recovered by Williams. Over for Thomas, who's fouled on the fall away and gets it to drop. Chance at a 3-point play for Derrick Thomas II.
Foul number 33. Demetri Alston. Thomas at the line for 1.
Thomas can't knock down the free throw. 15-13 Post. 12:45 to go in the half. It's Maynard running the point. He and Moorish the guard, Cherry and Peters the wings. It's Maynard for three, too strong. Williams will soar in for the rebound. Taekwon spinning in the paint. Off balance on the layup, can't hit. Alston quickly up ahead for Cherry. Stuff from behind, Cherry a second chance. And he's fouled by Zion Lott. Seen a couple of those chase downs from Derrick Thomas early, who's been the best or most impressive player on the floor for these first 7 minutes or so. It's the second on Lott. 2 free throws for JaVale Cherry. 82% on the season as he hits the front end. Harry Scully will come back into the game, and our first look at Gianni Thompson. The journeyman from Boston. At his 4th stop of his college days, and we are not even 10 minutes in. We have seen the full bench from Mark Kuntz. This is about as deep as he's going to go outside of an occasional appearance from the freshman Caleb Walters. Loose ball in the backcourt. Scully recovers for Thomas II. Scully, good midair pass. They find Thompson underneath with great size and length. Can't finish as Alston altered the shot. Into the corner, Peters for 3. He knocks it down. 17-15 Chargers in front, and they've doubled their three-point production from last week. It's going to be an over and back against the Eagles as Thomas II didn't cross half court before he received the pass. Inbound for Maynard. Resets, and Morris will call out the play. 12 to operate. The southpaw weaves left. Now back to the right on the Alston screen. Has room for the triple. Nylon. Back-to-back made threes for Dominican. Just the 14th triple of the year for Morris, and the lead is 5. Thompson looking to swing, instead reverts for Williams. Inching his way in against Peters. They blitz him with Alston. Williams gets it away for Thompson. Thought about the 3. Alston in his way. Thompson's going to pull up from the left elbow. Way too strong. Long rebound. Morris with it. He's toppled by Duncan and Scully. And a jump ball to call. It stays with Post. Dang, a Cook will re-enter. Thompson, after a quick stint, goes to the bench. Gianni Thompson, who was once a 4-star recruit, coming out of high school, the number 116 player in his class, according to 247 Sports. Michael O'Mani enters for the Chargers, replacing JaVale Cherry. Isaiah Honus back in as well. So neither side with their true center on the floor. O'Mani will play the 5 for DU. A Cook for Post. Duncan finds Thomas on the slip screen. Quick pull up, and Derrick Thomas II red hot.
Yeah, now, I don't know if that was the defensive strategy or not, but if I'm Peters, he left Thompson to go double, and you're talking about a player, Thompson, who has at least half of his team points. Whoever's defensive assignment is of Thompson, they need to key in and target on him because he has the hot hand.
Tough take, Chance Morris hits the teardrop plus the foul. And a chance for 3 as he goes to the line. No, you're right. Derrick Thomas II, he's got 11 points already of the Eagles' 17. It's his 17th double-digit performance of the year, but this is a guy who has been scoring the ball at prolific rates over the last couple of weeks. You go to his last 6 contests, he's averaging 22 points per game as Morris knocks down the free throw. What a sign to see with Chance Morris back in the lineup after the 1-game absence. A left wing 3, a tough take to the rim like the running back he is, and then he knocks down the free throw. He's got 6 points in this first half. Williams forced to give it up in the backcourt for Trey Duncan. Steve's done a nice job of not letting Taquan Williams be the guy who brings up the ball. Pocket picked by Maynard all day. He goes coast to coast and lays it in. And a timeout on the floor taken by the Eagles. Maynard, one of the best pickpocketers in the league, gets his first today. And the lead has grown to 8. 25-17, Chargers in front. We'll step aside. Chargers up by 8 near in the midway point of the first quarter and putting that DU style of basketball on full display. Run and gun, making threes, running at the rim, and that full court pressure that they've become known for over the last couple of seasons. They'll stick in the full court press, and finally Taquan Williams is going to beat it. Still looking for his first bucket. His running mate, Derrick Thomas, the second, has 11 already. Here's Thomas skipping near side for Duncan. He'll drive to the right elbow and rotate out for a Cook. But nowhere to go against O'Mani. Backdoor. Thomas to the rim. He lays it in.
And they don't know what to do with him. Thomas is just scoring at will.
It's a 6'7" listed forward, but he plays like a guard. He's a true wing. And a 3-level scorer, and he's shown that off tonight. Honus wants the pick and roll game, trying to get Holden on his back. Zay wants the mouse in the house. Big height advantage here. On the block, it's Honus. Rifles for Morrish too high, and the Chargers turn it over. Honus to Holden is an 8-inch height differential. They can switch the smaller guard on. Williams commanding up top, takes the Cook screen. Driving left on the snatchback, finds Holden. Straight away, deep three. It's off the heel. And Maynard will high point the miss. Bam's going to grab it and go. Now it's Peters down low. Double comes and a foul. Are they going to get Holden from behind or the help from Cook? And it's going to be on Cape Holden. His first, team's 5th. As Dante Howard checks in for the Chargers, replacing Chance Morrish. Peters retrieves the inbound, pulling out Thomas. He wants a head start. Peters right into the chest, missed the initial look, but left alone on the follow.
His posting has to do a better job defensively of limiting these paint penetration drive from the Chargers.
Peters will go into your chest no matter who you are. Duncan alone for 3 in the corner. He drills it. And that's the equalizer in this game. Post has made 5 trays on 9 tries. Maynard with the offhand floater. He's fouled. Danga Cook picks up the personal, his first, the team's 6th. So every foul going forward this half, DU will shoot free throws. This is a shooting foul, so 2 shots for Maynard. And he rings in the first. Harry Scully, Zion Lott back in. Lott playing with 2 personal fouls. As Niekwe enters as well. So Derrick Thomas the second, Lott, Scully, and Williams the 5 on the floor for Post. Howard, Honus, Maynard, Omani, Peters for Dominican. Back end of the pair for Maynard is clean. And Bam, a 79% free throw shooter, brings the lead back to 7. Howard will defend Williams in the backcourt. Taekwon still looking for his first 2-point field goal. He finds Zion Lott, who gets it to drop, plus the foul.
Beautiful pass there by Williams as he caught Cherry sleeping defensively and got beat with a backdoor cut to the basket.
Taekwon Williams averaging 4 assists a game, doubling his production in that stat from a season ago as Lott's at the line for 1. And he can't knock it down. Corey Kirk Jr. back into the game, replacing Eli Peters. Chargers had Honus open in the corner, couldn't find him. Omani sets the screen, they rotate right for Honus. The skip over to Kirk, pumps once, pumps twice, now elevates from the free throw line. He was trampled by Derrick Thomas II, but no call. It's saved underneath. Williams with defenders on his back, pocket feed underneath for Niakwe, who lays it in. Back to a 1-possession game. For a couple of easy buckets created by Taekwon Williams. Maynard will step back from the baseline, can't hit. Lott there for the rebound, and he's fouled by Omani. Alston and Cherry will come back in. Omani and Maynard to the bench. It's Brody Limerick into the game for Post, who is their more traditional big off the bench, the 6'9" graduate student forward from Central Connecticut State University. His third collegiate stop. Spent a year at Quinnipiac to begin his career, but did not play in any games for the Bobcats. And a foul in the backcourt against Dante Howard's pressure. His first, and the Chargers 6. So both sides are going to shoot free throws going forward. DU is 6 of 7 at the line. Post is just 1 for 4. Inbound for Scully, and they settle it to Taekwon Williams. He goes away from the Limerick screen. Williams, free throw line, pull-up, spins out. Alston with the one-armed rebound. Howard hands off to Honus. Step back, left elbow is clean. Zay Honus. 6 points for Zay, tied for the team lead. Coming off his 1,000th career point, which came on a fast break dunk against Georgian court to kind of ice the game away. Williams swims it left, draws the help, pulls up over Kirk, and knocks it down.
You can see Williams starting to get into his rhythm off of that pick and roll dribble the last few possessions, either finding his teammates, getting into the paint, and now creating shots for himself.
He's a day one guy for the Eagles in terms of his contributions. He's been given the keys to the offense this year. Scully intercepts the pass for Williams up ahead, leaves for Lott, and Post is forced to set up the offense. Maybe one pass too many out of Williams there. As Scully drives, the step through, no. Rebound pinballs. Alston spikes it into the hardwood. And Kirk Jr. comes away with it. Coy's the trailer. He spins on Lott. Trying to get to the left side of the rim into Limerick. He's fouled. First on Brody Limerick. 7th against the Eagles as subs wait for both sides at the table. It's a 2-shot foul with Coy Kirk Jr. at the line. Nobody's gotten to the stripe more this season for the Chargers, over 150 attempts for Coy. As he hits the front end. He's 3 of 3 today. As Dillard and Maynard come in for Howard and Honus. It's Thomas and Duncan for Lott and Limerick on the Eagles' end. One more at the line for Coy Kirk Jr. And he bounces it in. 33-28 Chargers in front, 6:01 to go in the first half. And the Eagles' leading scorer, Derrick Thomas, the second back into the game. He's got 13 first half points and counting. Defended by Javel Cherry. He weaves it left for Trey Duncan. Now Taquan Williams. Dillard on that assignment. Taquan driving right. Spins back to the left. And a travel against Williams. Dragged that pivot foot on the spin. It's the seventh Eagles turnover. Chargers break the pressure with ease. Kirk straight into the chest of Niekwe, who stayed straight up and got the rejection. Now Scully running the break the other way. Step through the lane, out for Williams, right wing three, splash down.
And I'm going to tell you this, that I always say, this is a shooter's gym. You have teams that have come in here the last several games who have shot under 35%, but once they hit into the Hennessy Center, they start feeling it. You're talking about a team in post that shoots 33% on the year from three. And tonight in this first half, they're shooting 56%.
5 of 9 from long range for the Eagles. And trailed by just 2 after Taquan Williams' second. And Taquan's a really good three-point shooter, 36% on the season. And then outside of that, it's really the bigs who will stretch the floor. It's Cape Holden's a sniper, we know that, but Brody Limerick and Gianni Thompson are both over 40% from this team. We haven't seen them attempt one yet. The Eagles red hot from distance. They are just 6 of 15 from 2-point range and 1 of 4 from the line, but something about that 3-point arc. Dangerous inbounds pass. Chargers lucky to get it up. Dillard will control on the Charger logo at midcourt. Defended by Scully. He gets it away to Maynard on the right wing. 12 to shoot. They go to Kirk. Looking over the top for Alston. Help side defense comes, and it's out of play off of Trey Duncan. Zion Lott and Dang a Cook back into the ball game. Scully and Niekwe come off. Inbound to Cherry. He goes straight to the rim. Off balance. Shot not there. Thomas with a man's rebound underneath. And outlets to an open a Cook. Williams trying to break down Cherry defensively. Javale stands tall. They go to a Cook. Working 2 feet in the paint. Bumps into Alston. Can't hit the fall away. Dimitri's got it, and he'll push the pace. Finds the trailer in Dillard. Driving kick for Maynard. Alston wanted it, with a Cook trying to front him. Alston coming to set the screen. They go under it. Maynard back for Dimitri. Driving right hand, left side. He's fouled. Second on a Cook.
Alston at the line.
Alston hits the free throw. 71% on the season for Dimitri. As the swaps keep coming, Niekwe Scully re-enters. Ahonis does the same for Dominican. And Alston's going to split the trip. 34-31 Chargers, 4 to play in the first half. Thomas goes for Scully on the left wing. Lott down the lane, right hand, tried to spin it in. Saved underneath by Maynard, but it's dislodged. Lott into traffic, and he's fouled. Couple of muffled rebounds below the rim. Resulted in a second chance for Post. It's 2 free throws for Zion Lott, an 80% free thrower. A transfer from Harcum Junior College. There's a handful of well-traveled guys on this Eagles team. Lott began his career at Iowa Western Community College back in 2022. As Peters comes in for Maynard, and Lott goes 1 of 2 at the line. Pushing the pace for Eli Peters. Rim running, can't hit. The Chargers get the offensive rebound. Peters lines up the 3, no. And Honus going for the tip. He's fouled. And Jose's been battling a lower body injury this year. He has been bouncy today.
No, it's always great to see Isaiah play with the intensity that we know he could play. Last season, I believe he averaged around 16 points per game. So it was good to kind of see that old Isaiah Honus back.
We saw it with a couple of dunks last game. We saw what he went for that poster, didn't convert this game. Those tip backs were, instead of going up, bringing them down and trying to lay it in. This is the electric factory of, I want to dunk this on your head on the putback. And that killer instinct out of Zay Honus that made him a third-team All-CAC honoree last year. Had a perfect trip at the free throw line. Honus has 8 points, tied for the team lead, and his team up by 4 with 3.5 to go in the half. Williams driving to the nail on the floor, finds a cutting Thomas, who serves it in with the left hand.
Yeah, and that's the last person who should just be left alone roaming through the half court is Thomas, who has 15 points, I believe, for this Post team.
15 of the Eagles' 34 belong to the graduate student from Glenarden, Maryland. Peters on the block, wants it. And it's thrown right to the defender in front and Duncan. Out for Williams, who's tripped up.
I mean, Dillard has to be a little bit more heady on that play right there. You got 3 guys in the area of Peters who he's trying to. He had one guy fronting him, and you had 2 guys in the help side defense.
That's been the game plan for Post tonight. They've been fronting a lot of those post-ups, forcing that a little more difficult pass over the top, and DU has turned it over on that entry feed a couple of times this evening. As Chance Moorish comes back into the ball game. Chance played 1 6-minute spurt earlier, had 6 points. As Williams hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Williams hits both, so he's into double figures for the 24th time in 27 games. As consistent as they come, a guy who I'm sure we're going to see his name on an all-conference list this year. Wow. Peters is table-topped out of bounds. They don't call it. It's Niekwe the other way, and we're tied at, we're no longer tied at 36. It's 38-36 Eagles.
From my vantage point, it looked like Peters just got tackled by Williams.
Look, they say you want to bring a guy down, you tackle for the legs, and that's what happened. They double team Honus. Works his way out of it for Kirk on the left wing. Chargers trailing, which they haven't yet been tonight, and a foul is called against Derrick Thomas II. Just his first, and 2 shots upcoming for Coy Kirk Jr.
Coy Kirk at the line.
4 of 4 at the line today is Coy. 11 of 13 as a team for the Chargers. Well above their season average of 71.5%. These are a couple teams, you look at the stats, very, very even. You look at the records, very similar. The Chargers are 1 game better overall, but post 1 game better in conference play at 10-8. And you look at the all-time meetings, it's 24-22 favoring the Eagles in wins all time. Niekwe passing out of the post. Duncan driving up with the left, can't serve it in. Honus there to clean up the glass. 38-38, under 2 to go in the first. He's going to take some momentum into the break. Kirk wanted it on the block. They couldn't find him. Now Chance will slow it down. Peters defended by Williams. Instead, they call for the Alston screen. Morris, baseline move, lost his footing, slips under the rim, and airballed the layup. It's Scully the other direction. Cross-court feed. Peters got a piece. Thomas the recovery. They go for Niekwe, who breaks down the rim. Ferocious slam from Stanley Niekwe. And the Eagles back up by 2. Alston trying to turn the corner. Gets to the right hand. Can't spin it in. But he's going to the line. Post has done a really nice job of not giving away the basketball tonight. Only 6 turnovers and only 1 steal out of DU. So only 1 live ball turnover, which after those first couple possessions has really stopped the Chargers from getting out and running.
And this Post team is a very disciplined team in valuing that basketball, averaging 12 turnovers on the year. The last time these 2 teams faced as well, they only had 13 turnovers, and we know that the Chargers are probably one of the better teams in the country that forces teams into turnover. So it shows you how great their lead guards are able to control the ball and not commit as much turnovers as we normally see.
These are the 2 best by numbers ball control teams in the CACC. Thomas with a good pump fake, works to the keyhole. He was bumped on the jumper, missed it, got his own rebound, and is fouled on the second chance opportunity. Somehow the Chargers have been a step behind Derrick Thomas II on every possession. One place where they've gotten him to slow down tonight is the free throw line. He's only 1 of 3. The 79% free throw shooter spins the first one home. The guy who's seen his role grown from freshman to senior season. His first year with the Eagles was playing just 9 minutes a game. Big jump his sophomore year, 17 minutes a night, 21 minutes a game last year, now 28 minutes a game as one of the make-or-break pieces of this Eagles team's success. 3-on-2 break for DU. Kirk pumps in the lane through contact, can't hit. Well, 2 more free throws to come for Coy Kirk Jr. Stanley Niekwe picks up his 2nd personal foul. So Niekwe has 2, Cook has 2, Zion Lott has 3 in terms of trouble for the Eagles. Tyler Edor is the only Charger with 2 personal fouls. As Coy Kirk Jr. knocks down the front end. So with the 2 fouls, Niekwe out. Cook will take his place. Coy Kirk Jr. a perfect 8 of 8 at the free throw line in this first half. He's got 12 points in double figures for the 21st time this season. Williams working on Morris, spins out of it for Scully. Kirk extending the defense. Cook sets the screen. Scully gets it away for Williams with a step on his man. Williams gets to the dominant left, finishes over Honus, plus the foul. And the body control through contact for Taquan Williams.
I like what I'm seeing from Williams, someone who has kind of got himself into rhythm midway through this first half, getting into the paint and creating for others and creating for himself.
This guy who filled the stat sheet last time out in their win against Goldie Beacon. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. as he knocks down the free throw. In the first half tonight, he's got 13 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Shot clock is off. DU can hold for the final look. Down by 3. And a high-scoring first 20 minutes of action. Morrish with 5 has got to go to work. Morrish deep 3. Spins out. Thomas has the rebound. There will be no heave as the Eagles will take a 3-point advantage into the intermission. As you'd expect, Derrick Thomas II, Taquan Williams leading this team. They've got 30 of their 45.
I mean, Derrick Thomas has 17 points in the first half. I mean, how much better can it get for him right there? The Chargers now, someone needs to take on this defensive assignment and in this second half shut down Thomas because he has been doing whatever he wants to do. Not in addition to Thomas, they have to do a job of containing Williams. He has done a great job of breaking down the Chargers defense, getting into the paint, creating for himself, and creating for others.
The Eagles are shooting 46% from the field, 60% from 3, and have a 45-42 lead. DU's 38% from the three-point line and 12 points at bits of action, but it's the Post Eagles with a 45-42 lead over your DU Chargers. Welcome back on the CACC Network. He's Matt Augustin. I'm Jacob Kronberg. Thrilled to have you alongside with us. Chargers will start with the ball going left to right. Dillard into traffic, and he's fouled. Dillard, Cherry, Honus, Kirk Jr., and Edor, the 5 on the floor for 35th-year head coach Joe Clinton. Foul goes against Taquan Williams, his first, as Reggie knocks down the first. Stanley Diekwe and Dang a Cook with 2 personal fouls each for Post. Already 3 for Zion Lott, who is out there starting this second half along with Niekwe, Williams, Thomas II, and Duncan. Here is Duncan. 3 from the corner, not there. 2 Eagles there for the follow, and it's Derrick Thomas II who's been the most impressive player in this game. 19.7 rebounds already. Cherry, left wing 3 off front iron. Rebound tips for Edor. Second life, they go to Dillard. His 3, splashdown. Chargers now 4 of 10 from distance, and we're tied at 47. Lott breaks the pressure, pulls up from the elbow, missed everything. Edor may have gotten a piece. And it's Dominican the other direction, looking to retake the lead. Edor on the block, playing with 2 fouls. Works off of his man, out to Honus. Zay is blitzed. Finds the escape feed to Kirk. Euro stepping through Niekwe. Can't finish with the left hand, but a third try for DU. Cherry, floater from the short corner, no. Edor keeps it going.
You like to see that from the Chargers with multiple second shot opportunities working the glass.
3 looks on the possession and DU in front. Lott from the left wing finds a cutting Niekwe. Blocked on the way up by Honus. The two-way ability of Isaiah Honus, so underrated. Here is Zay on the left wing. Got 8 points already for Cherry in the corner. Knocks it down.
Corner pocket, and that was a great read right there by Isaiah Honus. He had a triple threat situation set up where he had to pick and roll with Tyler Edor, who slipped the screen, had him for a quick look, but decided to go with Cherry, who knocked it down in the corner pocket.
This is some 3-point success rate we have not seen very often from the Chargers this year. They've made 5 from long range already, and another miss down on the other end from Post. Dillard slows and speeds up. Now it's Honus taking the Edor screen behind the back to Dillard. Didn't want the triple. Skip feed for Cherry. He's got room for it again. He gets it to go.
And if you read the scout report, JaVale Cherry can shoot that basketball. You're talking about somewhere 2 years ago who's shooting over 50% at times during the season from beyond 3. That is the one person that you have to be mindful for and contest shots when shooting beyond the arc.
A flamethrower from long range. Javale Cherry over 150 career makes from distance. He's got 3 of them today, and the Chargers up 55-47. 17-16 to go in this one. Post timeout. We'll be right back with more men's hoops on the CACC Network. A 13-2 run to begin the second half in just 2 minutes and 44 seconds for the Chargers. It included 3 3-point makes, a couple of them from Javale Cherry. Now the Chargers are up by 8. Derrick Thomas, the second, is fouled at midcourt. Get the offense flowing now. Can you find a way to stop Derrick Thomas the second? 19 points, 8 rebounds already. The all-conference caliber wing. Lott with numbers. Pocket feed to a Cook. Squares up on Edor, trying to take it left lane. Swings out near corner. Lott for 3, and a huge answer for Post. Both teams scorching from distance. Chargers 6 of 13, Eagles 7 of 12. There's Dillard to the right elbow. Goes for Edor, inside positioning, and a two-hand flush. Big man, big jam. 57-50 with 16 and a half to go. It's Williams from the right wing. Hands it off to Lott. Back to Taquan Williams. Got his man in the air. Drives to the left side of the rim. He's fouled. It's a slow start offensively for Taquan. Really picked it up in the back end of that first half. He's got 13 points and 5 assists already. Going to the line where he's already 3 for 3. It's the third personal on Reggie Dillard. As Williams hits the first. So Dillard will come out, Moorish into the game. Scully enters for Post, replacing Trey Duncan. So one more for Taquan Williams, who's 80% at the stripe this season. And 5 of 5 in this ball game. 57-52, Chargers in front. Still plenty of basketball to be played. Thomas takes it away and lays it in with the right hand. Back to a one-possession game. Kirk across, breaks the pressure for Honus, who spikes it off the foot of Edor.
Post is giving the Chargers a taste of their own medicine. I would have liked Honus to convert that lane on that last possession right there.
Yeah, a little too unselfish with the odd man rush. Scully missed the 3. Cherry misses on his own end of the rebound for Lott. Deep outlet. Scully with Morris trailing. Scully is stripped but fouled. Second on Morris, already the third against the Chargers this half. Two at the line for Scully, who's still looking for his first points. Got it here on the free throw line. The freshman from Ireland was the Ireland National School Player of the Year last year. He's played in every game here in his first season on campus. 5 points, 2 boards, an assist and a half, but he's been really efficient as he knocks down both free throws. The deficit cut to 1. Cherry rifles for Moorish. Chance finds a cutter in Kirk. Down the lane. Can't finish, but a foul called. Those free throw totals are getting up there in a hurry for both of these teams. We have already seen 36 combined free throw attempts in this game. These will be the 22nd and 23rd for DU alone. As Kirk stays perfect at the stripe. Ten of 10 at the line for Kirk Jr. 10 of his 14 points have come from the free throw line. And the lead back to 3. Scully trying to turn the corner, no dice. Goes for Williams and up ahead to a Cook. And an offensive foul against Taquan Williams. Had Kirk Jr. in his grill, shoved him off. And it'll be number 2 on the junior point guard. Cape Holden and Derrick Thomas back into the ball game. Lott and a Cook get a rest. Honus defended by Scully on the right wing. Goes to Edor. Loses his man, left elbow. Pull up is pure for Tyler Edor. 6 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists for the big fella tonight. Moorish gets in the way of the dribble handoff. It's Thomas spinning on Honus. The fall away rattles in.
Right there. And that's the matchup that I wanted to see. I think Honus could disrupt Thomas a little bit offensively with the height and his length, but Thomas did a great job on that isolation right there.
That's good defense. It's just better offense. And Thomas with an NBA move, and Dominican turns it over. Derrick Thomas II doing whatever he so pleases. 23 points. Scully passing out of traffic. They put it in the hands of Williams. Cherry sticking with him. Williams pulls up long 2. It's off the heel. And Edor with a one-hand rebound. Quickly finds Moorish. Cross-court feed for Honus. Stepping around Scully and serves it in with the left. Great awareness out of Coy Kirk Jr., who's got 16 to lead the way for DU. Williams up ahead to Holden. The trailing Thomas down the right lane. Can't float it in. A lot of contact, no call. Honus, little telegraph on the pass, and Holden knocks it out of play. Lott and Duncan back in. Holden will go to the bench, as will Taquan Williams. A rare breather for Williams. Calling for the ISO with Duncan defending Honus. Zay bumps with the left shoulder twice. Now the up and under, step through, and he banks it in.
And that's what I want to see from Honus. Attacking the basket and not settling for pull-up jump shots.
Honus is into double figures for the 14th time this season. Thomas for Limerick, a great shooter, open for 3, and he knocks it down. He is 41% from distance, 28 of 67. That's the tallest man on the floor at 6'9". That ends the run. Honus wants it again, this time with Scully on it. Looking for Edor, too far in front. And Duncan takes it away. Honus trying to time it. Duncan trying to cross sides of the rim. Bounces it in. Back to a 2-point game. Kirk straight to the rack. Limerick left him away. Edor is going to get bailed out here. Edor went straight over. He ate Harry Scully. And somehow they're going to get Scully for the foul. He's still trying to figure out how.
He's in disbelief.
He was giving Tyler a piggyback ride. The second on Scully, the fourth against the Eagles. As Alston, Peters, and Maynard enter. It'll be Cherry, Honus, and Edor to the bench. 65-63 DU, a fresh 20 on the baseline inbound for Kirk. Finds Alston. Working on Limerick. Spins, bumps. Dimitri Alston, the footwork and the finish. Chargers getting contributions from all over. 9 different players have scored. Locke pulls up at the free throw line, rattles it in, and gets the foul call on top of it. The Eagles' big three doing what they do. Williams is their leading scorer on the year at 15 a game, Thomas at 13, and Lott at 12. That trio has 49 of their 65 tonight, and Lott a chance to add to it at the line. And he will. A dozen for Zion Lott, right at his season average. The Chargers aren't going to get it in. They barely do into the corner for Peters, who also almost throws it away. Kirk's going to play wide receiver. Laterals for Peters, blocked away by Limerick. Chance on the second try is fouled. Tell you, Brody Limerick caught that at the apex.
It's a great shot block there by Limerick. He almost had a second shot block there with chance that he was finishing at the basket.
He just brings an element to the game that Post doesn't always have. With that size and awareness down low, and the fact that he can stretch the floor like he does on the other end. He's a guy who isn't starting games, but in crunch time, you could totally see him with that skill set on the floor being a guy who finishes games. He will come out after picking up his third personal foul. Stanley Nyekwe back in. And Morris with an empty trip, and they're going to get Kirk for the push, going for that rebound. First on Kirk, the fifth against the Chargers. It's a 1-point game with under 12 to go. Full head of steam. Thomas Jr. on the pocket pass for Nyekwe. Caught it off the schnoz and bounced it out of play. And out comes Nyekwe. And in a Cook. Williams went down, and they're going to get Elijah Peters for a trip on the screen. His second personal foul. They'd put it up for the wrong number 12 at first. It would have been Lott's fourth, but just the second on Eli.
Savage.
Any bucket gives Post the lead. Thomas passing for Duncan, up top for three. Can't bank it home. Peters runs after the miss. He's getting a little frenetic. The Chargers trying to break the pressure. Can they settle things down on this possession? It's Moorish called for the offensive foul. The second in as many possessions against DU. Joe Clinton not happy about it.
His third.
Another chance for the Eagles to leapfrog themselves in front. That was the third on chance. The post is going to be shooting the rest of the way. Thomas lost the footing. Peters on the breakaway, weaves through everybody and drops it home. Williams goes for a Cook, finding Thomas, baseline pull-up. Bounced out, rebound deflected out of play off of Ben Maynard. And Isaiah Honus will re-enter. Chargers go with a little bit of that smaller unit with both Edor and Alston off the floor. Moorish, Maynard, Peters, Honus, and Kirk. Inbound, Thomas swatted from behind by Kirk. The outlet goes to Honus. He'll drive right lane. Circus layup not there. Rebound loose in the corner is kicked out of play. Right in front of the official. They say it's off Ben Maynard, and he vehemently disagrees. And Coach Clinton still unhappy on the sidelines. Here from up here saying that's 4 in a row against them, he feels.
Four in a row, meaning that he feels that the official last 4 calls were all in favor for Post and all against Dominican.
Yeah.
One specific,
in terms of the 50-50 calls, yes.
No, in terms of the foul on Peters, the offensive foul on Moorish, and then the out of bounds right here. So that's 3. I'm not sure what the fourth one was.
Williams spinning in the paint, leaves behind for a Cook. Backdoor, Thomas fumbles it out of bounds. Hail Mary, Moorish seals off his man nicely. Finds Peters, one more pass out for Kirk, who did not want the triple. Zay wanted to run the rim, but they put it in the hands of Moorish to settle things down. Nyekwe and Duncan waiting to check back in. Peters sets Moorish the screen. Little hesitation move into Scully. Finds Kirk at the left elbow, 4 to shoot. Kirk driving, draws contact, and is fouled.
Number 14,
Coy Kirk Jr. building a second home at the free throw line tonight. These are his 11th and 12th attempts of the ball game. Able to knock down the first. He averages about 6 free throw attempts a game on the season. He is doubling that so far tonight as Thomas Jr. comes out.
I'm sure he won't be out for long because Thomas has definitely had the hot hand for this whole entire game.
23 points to lead all scorers. Coy Kirk Jr.'s got 18 to lead the Chargers, second high in the game. Maynard pressuring Williams in the backcourt. Gets across with a second to spare and throws it into the hands of Honus. Leaves ahead for Peters all alone. He fillets it in. Peters now with 7. And a timeout called by Post as Harry Scully was trapped on the near sideline. Chargers have surged out a couple of times to grow that lead to about 7 or 8 in this half. But every time they've punched, The Eagles have found a way to punch back. DU in front 73-66 when we return. .9:33 to go in this one. Chargers in front by 7 as we welcome you back on the CACC Network. Jacob and Matt here, thrilled to have you with us. Scully got his man in the air, passes out left wing 3. Taquan Williams too strong, and a long rebound run down by a Cook. Second chance for post. It's Williams again, defended by Honus. Step back from the keyhole, missed off target, and a big rebound for Coit Kirk Jr. Sixth for Kirk Jr. to go with 18 points. Morris setting up. Flare pass near side for Peters. Pumps twice. Working on Niekwe. And they'll go to Kirk on the elbow with 6. Kirk working on Scully. Spins him. Elevates. Can't hit the fall away. Williams there for the rebound. Beautiful outlet. Duncan all the way to the rim and in. 6th assist for Taquan Williams. Chargers the numbers the other way. Peters, the strong gather, straight to the rack. Count it, plus the foul. Peters into double figures.
Now, one thing I will say, this post team has done a great job of putting pressure on this Chargers team. But to combat that, this Chargers team, this style of play plays into their tempo. They want an up and down type of game, defensively and offensively. It plays right into the Chargers team's hands.
If you're going to apply the full court press on DU, you've got to make sure you're getting enough turnovers out of it, because when they beat that pressure, they've turned it into easy layups and easy dunks. Chargers have given it up 13 times tonight, but it's only resulted in 12 post points. Peters converts the three-point play. Limerick, Thomas, and Lott back in. Williams on the pirouette, slips through the defense, and is bailed out on the foul. And Peters picks up his 3rd, the Chargers' 8th. Harry Scully, you just checked out at the last free throw. He's ready to come back in after this one. It will be 2 for Taquan Williams. First miss at the line for Williams tonight was 5 of 5 to start, and it's going to be Scully coming in for the shooter Williams. Both teams have shot it well at the line tonight. Post 12 of 16. DU is 24 of 28. Unprecedented. As Williams splits the trip, Scully will come back in. So it's Limerick, Scully, Thomas II, Duncan, and Lott for post.
I'm interested on seeing who's running the show here offensively, quarterbacking the offense for this post team, with Williams getting subbed out.
Put it in the hands of, if you're facilitating Scully, but maybe just Derrick Thomas II. Go get yours, kid. DU with the ball up by 7. Peters on the straightaway, hands off back to Morris. Chance swings right wing to Isaiah Honus, pulls up, right wing triple, rattles in. A baker's dozen for Zay Honus, and the lead is 10. 7:34 to go. Who do the Eagles turn to answer? Limerick on the straightaway finds Scully. Swing to Thomas the second. Trying to get it to him on the block. Maynard defending the post up. Thomas right shoulder turn. Can't hit the fall away. Limerick tips the rebound up and saves it to Scully. They'll swing it on the horn. Lott coming around the corner. Whole work downhill. Backdoor. Thomas didn't catch it clean and missed the layup because of it. It'll pinball out of play and be awarded Charger basketball. That may have touched Morris last. That's what Mark Kuntz believes.
I'm in agreement with Mark Kuntz.
Morris forcing it up the floor. Chargers create numbers. Kirk, the up and under, can't hit with the left hand, and Limerick tips the rebound out to Duncan. For Scully, now Thomas. Left alone for three, he drains it.
And that's the last person you should leave alone. The person with the ball and Thomas.
It was the same person this time, and that's worked out pretty well for Post. He's got 26. It's the guy who set his season high last time out in the win against the Lightning. He had 30. 27 2 games ago. And Joe Clinton is going to take a timeout after the defensive lapse. 79-72. Chargers in front, but still plenty of basketball to go. 6:21 when we come back. (79-72). Dominican leading Post. As we welcome you back inside the Hennessy Center, Jacob and Matt here on the CACC Network. It's Dillard running the point, gets it on the handoff from Peters. Well, two-man game action. Dillard rifles to the near side. Honus, baseline drive, got his man in the air, steps through, can't hit the bank shot, got his own miss, and was fouled on that tip-back try. It's going to be the fourth on Niekwe. And 2 shots for Zay Honus at the free throw line. Honus knocks down the first. So Dang Akuk will come in for Niekwe. And Zay hits both. He's got 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the Chargers' exquisite free throw shooting continues. 26 of 30. Scully turns the corner, gets to the left side of the rim, and serves it in.
Scully did a great job of getting into the paint. The Chargers all had their heads turned and did not see Scully just drive down the paint.
That guy for a freshman, he plays fearless. Maynard under pressure, and he's going to have to use a timeout. Seen the trap work a couple of times in the second half, and it forces DU to burn another time out. They lead 81-74 with 5:33 to go. And if you're the Chargers, your offense is rolling right now. It's about, can you string together enough stops to kind of put this game away? How do you stop what Derrick Thomas II is doing tonight?
I mean, someone has to have some cojones and take on the competitive challenge of stopping Thomas. I mean, he is doing whatever he wants to this Chargers offense. To this Chargers defense. So someone needs to step up, whether that's Coy Kirk, whether that's Peters, or whether that's Isaiah Honus. I think those are the top three players that could somewhat contain him. Because once a great offensive player gets going, it's hard to stop them. And right now at this point, with 5 minutes left in the game, it's going to be hard to stop Thomas.
Derrick Thomas is 10 of 20 from the field. That's 50%. 3 of 4 from 3, 75%. And just 3 of 5 from the line, 8 rebounds, a couple of assists. And he's gotten 16 out of his running mate, Taquan Williams. And for both these teams, it's going to be about stops going down the line. This post team is the third best scoring defense in the CACC. The Chargers are the 11th. DU gives up 83 points per game. Kirk trying to avoid spending another, throws it away. Zion Lott, wrap around to the near corner. Scully didn't want the three. It's a cut. Backing down Cherry. Doesn't take the smaller guard in. It's Scully for three. Can't hit. And Cook had the matchup the Eagles would have been looking for, and at no point squared up to the rim. Kirk has Williams on his backside. Can they find him? Honus will pull up. Free throw line jumper bounces out. And Peters is going to get called for the foul, undercutting Thomas, his fourth.
The last thing you want right here, with Post being able to put points on the board without the clock moving.
Derrick Thomas, the second at the line.
Thomas at the line.
3 of 5 today for Thomas. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. For a guy who can't miss elsewhere tonight, just 3 of 6 from the stripe. The Chargers back on the offensive. Kirk on the swing move is fouled by Thomas. And it'll be a 1-and-1 situation with Coy Kirk Jr. going to the free throw line. First one's the one that matters. And Coy gets it. The 31st and 32nd free throw attempts for DU tonight. Yeah, they've gotten 30 attempts in a game numerous times this season. The most they've taken is 40. That came in a loss at Georgian Court. But rarely do they convert at the clip they are tonight. Coy Kirk Jr. is 14 of 14 at the free throw line. He has 20 points. His 7th 20-piece of the season. Lott goes away from the screen for Thomas on the block. Sizing up Cherry. Falls away from the elbow, and it bounces out. Honus secures the rebound.
Found Post, I'd like to see the ball in Williams' hands right now. Make him the decision maker. He has done great this whole entire game on creating for himself, breaking down the Chargers
the lob
defense.
For Peters. And he drops it in. Sorry about that, Matt. Yeah. And where Thomas has been his best scorer in the ball has been when they have found him moving off the ball, working into those open spots. He hasn't been as successful as the primary ball handler. Here he is right here, Williams for Thomas on the easy layup.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, putting the ball in Williams' hands and letting him make the decision these last 3 minutes for this Post team.
Thomas up to 28 points. Peters down the lane, gets it to go, plus the foul. Elijah Peters starting to heat up. going to be the second foul on Duncan. They'll be replaced by Harry Scully. And Peters converts the three-point play. Largest lead for the Chargers, up 88-76. 3:23 to go. Honus gets his hands on the pass. Trying to save it. The Eagles' ball. And where things start to get interesting is how much you might need to win by if you can win as the Chargers. You fell by 9 points up in Waterbury earlier this year. With a win tonight, you tie post in the standings record-wise, and then it becomes that point differential in the head-to-head if you were to have split. Still another game to be played in the regular season, but you want all of those tiebreakers that you can. Lott on the fall away, too strong. Limerick punches the rebound directly to Coy Kirk Jr. Kirk Jr. up top, defended by Thomas. Spins on and draws the help. Kirk can't hit the fadeaway. Derrick Thomas with his 9th rebound, one shy of a double-double. Limerick swings. The trailer is Williams. He drives, got away with a push, and misses the jumper. Limerick cannot tip this rebound out. And the Chargers might start to slow down some of these possessions. Dillard for Honus, turning the corner. He elevates, and too strong on the jumper. Transition three for Thomas, bounces out. And how about Isaiah Honus tipping the rebound to himself. Outletting for Kirk, who runs the rim and flushes it home. 90-76, Chargers in front. Williams out for Limerick, top of the key for three, off the heel. Rebound pinballs into the hands of Dillard. They go to Kirk again, defended by Lott, and Kirk is dragged down on the contest.
Number 12, Zion Lott. Fourth, Kirk at the line.
Fourth on Lott, and two more free throws for Coy Kirk Jr. This is a Charger team that started the year 5-0 in non-conference play. Went back and forth, played a really tough schedule, and in the end of non-con, beginning of conference, they lost 6 in a row. 1-2. They had another 5-game losing streak in there. Losing streaks that we haven't seen since we've been working with Dominican University. And to bounce back the way they have, and if you hold out tonight to win 5 of your last 6 and then go to Wilmington with a chance to add to that winning streak going into the postseason, look, they say, if you're not number one, just get hot in March. That's what's coming potentially for the Chargers, who were the preseason number one. Lott from three, can't get it to go, and a foul on the rebound is going to go against Cherry. It was DU, Jefferson, Post, and Bridgeport as the top 4 teams in the preseason poll this year. None of those teams are in the top 4 standings-wise. It is Felician, who is the number 25 team in the country, 17-1 in the CACC, Goldie Beacom, Jefferson, and Caldwell. So Jefferson is snuck in there with 11 conference wins. Post is 10-8, DU 9-9. Those are the 6 teams that are in. And then going into tonight, everybody else still alive for one of those final 2 spots. Wilmington, with only 5 wins, needs to win out and get a ton of help. Holy Family in Bridgeport, you win out, you're in. As Derrick Thomas misses on the free throw. 28 points tonight for Thomas, but just 3 of 7 at the free throw line as Omani comes in for Peters. And Thomas misses both. It's Kirk on the rebound, shuffles for Honus, who has it punched out of play. So this pressure for Post needs to force some turnovers, and they need to do so in a hurry. Dillard a little too overzealous on the behind the back. It ends up going to Kirk, who streaks the lane and is fouled.
Foul number 21. Daquan Williams. Third, Derrick NY.
I think we should just put Coy's nameplate at the free throw line, just so everybody knows that's where he's going.
Coy, constant pressure on the defense. Small forward that loves to penetrate.
And Joe Clinton's going to bring in some defensive substitutions. Dante Howard into the game, as is Chigozie and Yora. Honus and Cherry to the bench. And one more free throw here for Coy Kirk Jr., where he is 18 of 18. He's got 26 points, and it's an 18-point Charger lead with a minute to go. Locke pulls up at the free throw line, can't hit, and Kirk's got a high point to miss. On top of the 26, he's got a double-double. Second game in a row. For Howard, 3 from the corner, nylon! The route is on. And the Chargers lead by 21. Williams run off the line, long 2 on the way, missed short. And Howard's got it. It's a 4-second game and shot clock differential. Let's see if Dominican hoists one more or they just take the shot clock violation. The game that was back and forth early. Post led by 3 at the break. It has been all about the Dominican University Chargers here in the second half. Post will have 4.5 seconds here, but as of now, the Chargers have outscored the Eagles 50-31 at the break as Williams looks for 2 more. He'll get them. Doesn't matter. The Chargers win by 19 and claim their 4th straight victory and their 10th conference win of the 25-26 season.
This is a great sign for the Chargers.